I'm running on 3 hours of sleep last night, so I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to record a voiceover. So, fuck it, we ball. Let's just jump right into it. Anyways, this is episode 1. Welcome to the shit show. So there was a lot of comments on the last video. I did make my way through all of it, so these are just a few highlights, the ones I saw and a few I picked out. So, anyways, if these videos keep doing good, I'll keep making them. So, make sure you smash that like button below and let's get right into it. We got David Piano Man who says, "You're one of the channels I choose to watch when I eat. Thank you for your videos, man." That is genuinely probably the best compliment you could give a YouTuber. Like, genuinely. Not some, "Oh, I've been watching your videos for years. Oh, dude, this video is so great. This deserves so many more views." Nah, if you say, I watch your videos when I eat, that is the best compliment you could give. Out of all the videos on your sub feed or recommended, you picked mine to watch when you eat. That is an A+ comment. Appreciate it. We got Aiden W that says, "You suck at surfing, man. I know. I've never been good at surfing. I know it's been a while, but I was never really good at it before." So that leads us into our next comment left by Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is probably one of the best comments I read so far. And this one says, "I have a great idea for background videos. Maybe you go ahead and ask some old surfers, especially combat surfers, and ask them if you could use some clips of them or watch them play live and you watch them. There's some people who spend their whole lives in that game mode, and it makes me immeasurably sad to know that most of this era is already lost in time. It might be a homage to the community to give them a chance of showing that off one more time. Just an idea, but I think you'd make a big part of an old community really happy and maybe gift the mode a new life." That is genuinely probably the smartest comment I read out of all the 1,000 comments right there. If you guys are good at surfing and you want to see your footage like featured in the video, I could put a little this week's or this episode's footage provided by at the bottom of the video. But yeah, if you guys are actually good at surf, you know some people who are good at surf, tell them to hit me up on Twitter or X, whatever the hell we're calling it these days. I don't know. Back in my day, it was called Twitter. Tweet at me, X at me, whatever the hell it's called. Hit me up on Twitter. If you got footage or hell, even a demo file, that's even better. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter. I think that's a great idea. All right, now we got Rocket Shovel here that says, "How are you doing with physical health? Any tips on younger audiences who might have a lot to lose?" Thankfully, my physical health's been pretty good, all things considered. Well, minus the sleep apnea I was dealing with for years. I got surgery for that about 2 years ago. I still feel like I'm slowly recovering from that. But other than that, my physical health's been pretty good, all things considered, knock on wood. The only advice I'd give is just stay active. If you're young, just stay active and don't stop, because it only gets harder to get into it when you get older. And if you start when you're young, if you take a break from working out and staying active, if you take a few months off and come back to it, it'll be much easier getting right back into it than it is if you were trying to start from scratch. So just start young, stay active, get into running, lifting weights. Just don't stop, because it gets harder to start it again. Just eat healthy, drink water, get good sleep. I mean, I haven't been able to do that for a while, but now I am. So that's all. Yeah, just stay active. That's the only advice I'd really give. We got Ping Azul that says, "I have 2 questions for you. When did you start playing Counter-Strike, and can you make a video on the Nova in CS2? Thank you." I actually do have the Nova queued up for one of the next weapons to do. I've got a few more in front of it, but it is definitely in the queue here soon. When did I start playing Counter-Strike? I started in January of 2014. And the funny thing is, even though that was like 12 years ago, I still consider myself new to Counter-Strike, as weird as that sounds. Because when I started playing, if you played CSGO and that was your first Counter-Strike, you were considered new, like very new at the time. Like, I remember it was a big deal, and I got my 5-year coin after a while. But yeah, most of the people my age were playing Counter-Strike since like CS Source or 1.6 days, and I never played it. Like, I started playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive when I was in college for the first time. So being 18 and playing Counter-Strike CSGO for the first time, that's considered like new. And the funny thing is, I still consider myself new to the series despite that. Despite I've been playing it for 12 years now. So we got Dark Grin here that says, "I do have a question. What was the reason/inspiration for the How to Use weapon series?" That's a really good one. So originally, after one too many times of dying to the 5.7 in matchmaking way back when, I was like, yo, I'm sick of this. This gun is obnoxious. And just out of just raw frustration, I made a joke video on it, how to use the fucking 5.7. And I just ragged on the gun, made a joke about it just being literally a hold W and mouse 1, and you win with it, basically. And one shots to the head is just such an obnoxious mechanic in the game. It doesn't belong in Counter-Strike. I made that a video, and it did okay. It didn't, like, stand out view-wise to everything else I was helping. It did okay. Nothing fancy. And at the end of the video, I joked. I was like, oh yeah, tune in next time as I show you how to use the op. And a few videos later, like, I noticed consistently, people kept commenting, like, hey, bro, when are you going to do the video on the op? When are you going to do a video on the op? So after about like 6 months of this or so, I was like, okay, fine, fuck it. I'll do a video on the op so people shut up. Did a video on the op, and that one actually did pretty good at the time. I think I got like 70K views or 76K views. I was like, oh wow, that one actually did pretty good. Huh. Maybe I should keep doing this thing, This is actually pretty okay. Did a couple more videos, and then one day, after taking my finals in college, I still remember it, I just got done taking like a math final. I drove home, wrote the script, recorded, rendered, and upload, all within like the span of like 4 or 5 hours, and that was the How to Use the Pocket AK, the original one. And that one, that was the first one that like properly blew up and put my channel on the map and like really solidified the series. I'm like, damn, okay. I guess it's just what I'm doing now. Fuck it. Then we got J Duke here that says, do you think CS has peaked or are better days yet to come? I don't think CS has peaked per se. I don't think CS can peak, to be honest. It's just always there. It's just a slow burn. The game's just always been there. It's kind of like saying, when do you think has Minecraft peaked? Actually, no, that's a bad analogy because I know some old heads would say, oh, it peaked back in 2011 or 2012 in beta. But shit, Counter-Strike has been around longer than Minecraft. That kind of does put it in perspective. Like, it's been around since 1999? And this game is still going almost 3 decades later. So it depends who you ask. Some people would be like, oh, it peaked in CSGO. Oh, it peaked in Source. Oh, it peaked in 1.6. It's like, now, yeah, the player numbers have peaked and viewer counts have peaked, but has the game peaked? It's hard to say. You really can't say if it's peaked or not. Overall, as a game, I guess at this point, it really depends on how Valve wants to update the game and what they want to do with it. And sky's the limit, really, but I'm just worried with Valve's history of updates with CS for the last 2 years have shown in the direction they're heading. But really, the ball's in Valve's court. I don't think it's peaked. I think it could keep growing. All right. Alexander Hamlet here says, quick question. What's your all-time favorite Counter-Strike map, both one that's currently in the game and one that was removed/retired? Currently in the game, easily Agency. Like I started playing in early 2014. That was right around the Operation Phoenix. So that was a great map. I think it plays nice. And to me, it's surprising that it's a community-made map that's still in the game in active rotation. And B, it's a hostage rescue map, which is a very rare game mode that hardly anyone plays. So the fact that it's both of those and still in active rotation and can be played, that to me is crazy. So I've always had a soft spot for Agency. Past that's been removed. It's hard to say. It's probably a tie between Cobblestone and Cache. Like, my brain says Cache, but my heart says Cobblestone. I don't know why. It was just a quirky map. I always liked it. All I queued back in the day was Dust 2, Cache, Cobble. That's it. That was my big rotation of those 3 maps. Now, Conduit21 says, what's a genre of video game you're trying to get into more? Honestly, I've always tried different genres. I tried like RPG games like Skyrim. I tried Fallout 76. I just don't like them. I've tried them multiple times. Can't get into RPG games. I've tried so many different genres, but I still just keep coming back to FPS games and racing games. So it's not really... The only game I'd be looking forward to now is probably Forza Horizon 6. So I'm like, I haven't been looking forward to many games recently, but then I saw the trailer for Forza Horizon 6. I was like, damn, okay, that actually does look pretty decent. You start with a shit tier car, you got to slowly work your way up to better cars. It's in Japan. You got canyon duels. You know what? Fuck it, close enough. Welcome back, Need for Speed Carbon. So that's probably the one game I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I haven't played much racing games recently. Other than that, normally right now I just play Battlefield 6 or Battlefield 4. And even then, I only play like one game a day max. I can't really do much more than that these days. Speaking of that, Lynn asks, what are your thoughts on Battlefield 6? Battlefield 6, it's good. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's better than 2042, but it's still worse than Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. So it still has a ways to go. It still has issues. The weapon progression is so painfully slow to a point where you rank up one gun, you don't want to rank up anything else because it just takes so long. The maps are shit. The maps are just dog shit, like all around. So it's got some ways to go, but we'll see how EA does it. But they're EA. They'll fuck it up somehow. All right, so Omsec says, iNoToRiOuS, bro, you're my favorite YouTuber ever since the OG had to use X when the animations were still kind of shoddy. And be honest, was it you clapping me in those Australian Battlefield servers some years ago? Yeah, I was always on the Battlefield 4 grind in Australia. I heard recently the FPSG servers have been shut down. I think it was them. It's a shame. Like, Battlefield 6 has actually done a number on the Battlefield 4 numbers themselves, so it's actually surprising how many players it's taken away. But yeah, it's a shame. Australia had a smaller audience than the US, but yeah, even in the US, there's only like 1 or 2 servers that are like completely packed full at all times. But there's still at least like a dozen active ones. But yeah, it's a shame that in Australia, the smaller population, some of them are having to shut down now. All right, so Crim Vivo here says, as for a question, I'd love to see your favorite clip/memory from the Misfits era. Favorite clip? I don't have a clip, but favorite memory? God, this is going to sound so weird, but one time at Misfits' house is one night, and I think Mason's told this story on stream before one time, but I remember one night Mason just wasn't feeling well mentally, so he like came to me. He's like, he was just scared to sleep in his room that night for some reason. And he was like, hey bro, can I sleep in your room for the night? I was like, yeah, dude, that's fine. So I think we ordered some macas. He like put on some anime. What was it? Not Jujutsu Tyson? No, Juni Tyson. That was it. It's like some Battle Royale anime. Ordered some macas. Just a couple of lads. They were like camping out in my room, munching on some macas. I don't know why, but that's still just my favorite memory. Out of all the crazy shit we did, just me and Mason sitting there watching anime, munching down some macas. That's still just my favorite moment. It sounds so weird, but it was just a nice, wholesome, just very real moment. So that's probably my favorite memory out of all the shit we did for those years. I got Prodigal Son Gaming here says, what do you miss most about Australia/Japan? And what do you miss most while being away from home? Also bring back car content. Most I miss about Melbourne? I mean, the fast food's pretty good. The fast food here in America is dog shit. Like, I just don't eat out anymore because it's just disgusting. Like, in Australia, it was actually good. Like, for those not aware, like, KFC in America is like dog shit, the worst fast food you can get in America. In Australia, it's like genuinely some of the best, nicest fast food you can get. So, I guess I miss the fast food. Really, I miss the roads in Australia. Like, I wouldn't ride a motorcycle here at all. I still haven't gotten one because I'm worried about driving. The roads are so unsafe. There's just potholes. The road quality's dog shit. The drivers are speeding everywhere. I always complained at the time when I was in Australia. I'm like, man, the car registration here is so expensive. It was like, I think almost like $1,000 a year just on registration. And because of that, the roads were really nice though. And I know I complained. I got so many speeding tickets when I first got my car, but you just can't speed in Australia, but because of it, it's much safer to drive. I literally almost lost my license from the amount of points I got on it, like within the first couple of months driving there. Like, you cannot speed there at all. Like, I remember driving Mason up from his home in Geelong, originally up to Misfits' house with him and his clothes and PC in the back seat. And I was going 106 and a 100 on the highway. Yeah, that's kilometers an hour. So yeah, the speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour, which is like 66. And I got hit by a speeding camera for going 106. So only 6% higher. So it's basically going 66 and a 62, basically, if that's converted to miles an hour. So you will get a speeding fine for going 66 and a 62. Like, there is no leeway for speeding there. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is the mobile speed cameras that are hidden. So what they'll do is they will take any old car, whatever they have impounded at the time. They'll take a regular ass car. They'll put a mobile speed camera in the back and then just park it on the side of the road next to regular cars, and you won't know it's there. So if you're like me and you go far out trying to, think you're being safe, just doing some spirited driving, you don't see any cops there. You think you're fine. I'm sitting there. I go back and forth 3 times past this thing and get like 3 fines and like 9 demerit points all in the span of like 10 minutes and almost lose my license in a day. So you cannot speed there. Nowhere is safe. It's not like America. And it took a while to like get that behavior out of me. And I hated it at the time. But now in hindsight, I hate to admit it. It does work. I hate it. I know people in America disagree with speed cameras and all that. And I do too. But like, the results do work. The roads are safer there. And I will admit that. As far as what I miss about Japan, I honestly miss how nice day-to-day life was. Just livability and walkability more than anything in transportation. Like, you just walk and take the train everywhere. You literally, like, the closest station is always like maybe 10-minute max walk away from wherever you're at. So you just walk to the station, hop on a train, get off the nearest station, and it just covers basically everything you need to go. And if you need to go way far out in the country, you just go to the bullet train station, hop on the bullet train, and then take that out, and then take other local trains. So that's what I miss the most. That felt very livable, I guess. Which is crazy because everyone loves to brag, oh, Melbourne is it's been rated the most livable city in the world for 8 years in a row now. And I'm like, okay, it's up there as one of the most livable, but to say it's the most livable, I don't know. It's okay, but I don't think it's the most livable. I mean, there isn't even a train going from the airport to the downtown yet in Melbourne, which to me is crazy. So if you first fly into Melbourne, you get the airport, there's not even a train you can hop on to go into the city. You have to take like the stupid little buses in and get bussed into the city first to the train station and then take a train somewhere. And even then, those trains just do not have the same coverage as something like Japan does. So to me, that's crazy as far as walkability and livability. I always found Japan more livable, just cheap, healthy food, great transportation. And the funny thing is, I didn't even speak the local language, and I thought it was way more livable than Melbourne. So, but yeah, Melbourne's good. It's definitely up there. But I will say it definitely feels like it was a different city after COVID. Like Melbourne before and after COVID definitely feels like a different city. And I'm curious if other people that live there would agree with that statement. But anyways, moving on. Girex says, you got any IRL footage in those 6 terabytes? I'm down for some storytime vids. Bro, that is nothing but IRL footage. That's probably just one folder I found at the time. I probably have more buried folders elsewhere I got to go through yet. But yeah, I'm down for some storytime vids. If you guys got some questions, you want to ask about some events, I could probably dig up some footage and scrounge around. I wouldn't mind that. Anyways, moving on to Crazy Chicken here. He says, seen from your break that you're into cars and that you're now back to posting CS content, I was wondering if you ever considered doing car content on a second channel or even with the main channel. I do have a car channel. It's called The Garage. I still have it pinned, I think, in like the recommended channels. I don't even know if the new YouTube interface still shows like the recommended channels. You'd have to look on the main page and then see if there's the About Channels page. But yeah, it's called The Garage. You might see it sometimes at the bottom of videos whenever I post on The Garage. I'll have I'll put a little thumbnail to it at the bottom of the current channel. On the main channel, you'll see them sometimes at the end. But other than that, I haven't really promoted it too much. But yeah, I do have a second channel. And moving on from that one, Fruggenson says, do you intend to continue with The Garage or more vlog-style videos? Yes, I finished up the Jeep Wrangler and then I had to move. So I've just been getting busy, settled in, and dealing with some other shit. But yeah, I've been working on the script for the next video. I'm wrapping that up. I actually filmed a little bit of that for the next car video, but it's always slow. Like, the channel is always going to have to take a backseat to the main channel. That's just how it is. So the channel's basically for fun. So yeah, it's a few months in between each upload, but I make sure it's worth it and always upload when it's ready. But yes, I don't ignore it. I still do plan on uploading there. Now, VampOW2 says, a lot of things, but I'm going to select one of these questions. That is, right hand or left hand drive? Honestly, I grew up and learned how to drive left hand drive. And then I learned how to drive manual on right hand drive. So driving left-hand drive is great. Like in the States, you can turn right on red. But driving right-hand drive, there's more roundabouts in a place like Australia and Japan, so traffic just flows better. So you don't even need red lights in the first place. So many times I'm in America and you'll just come across a random 4-way stop. You're like, bro, this could be a roundabout. It's so much faster. Why are we still doing this? But as far as right-hand drive, I definitely prefer driving manual right-hand drive. To me, it makes more sense to steer with your right hand, your dominant hand, and then shift with your left. It just feels way more natural to me. All right, we got My High saying, how's your GTR, man? Still owning it. I never owned a GTR. I had, if you're talking about the blue one that was rented when I was in Japan, or unless you're talking about the white Skyline I owned in Australia. That was not a GTR. That was the base bog standard 4-door 25 GT. It was an automatic rear wheel drive, non-turboed, like 197 horsepower. It was nothing special. I mean, it had the Tiptronic shifters where you could like manually shift it, which is really fun, but it was not close to the GTR. It was cool as an American to be like, whoa, I got a Nissan Skyline, a 34, whoa. And then once I rented the actual 34 GTR in Japan, I'm like, bro, these aren't even the same. It's got similar characteristics, and there is some cross-swapping of parts, but it's a completely different animal. So I was like, all right, it's kind of ruined it for me. So I sold that and borrowed an RX-8, and the RX-8 is a way better car than that thing is, if that tells you anything. And to wrap this up, we got Confederate Outlaw saying, how many guns you got? I've got an M1014 and a USP45. And those are the ones I'll tell you about. So let's wrap it up with that. I know there's a lot of comments on the last video. If I didn't get to yours again, feel free to ask a new question if you want, or even comment the same thing again. So if I see reoccurring comments and themes from multiple people, I'll know that's okay. People want to see that address. So I'll try to put that in the next video. But yeah, there's a lot that didn't make it in, but I'll group them up, save them for another video. Like I see a lot about my setup and how I record videos, so that'll probably be a separate video on its own, just kind of keep themes to them. But yeah, I guess that's officially our first video, boys. Let me know if you want to name this series or just leave it untitled. Put a clickbait thumbnail and title and just leave it as is. You want to name the series? Put your ideas in the comments, whatever. This is much your series as it is mine. So Appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Smash that like button. And I'll see you guys next time.